We're actually traveling around, I think, Ushuaia for a bit. It's so weird that we're leaving. I feel like I've been here forever, but also with no time at all. So I'm actually back home now.
Hello and welcome. I wanted to introduce this video here as I ended up making this into two parts, and this is part 2. This is the official last video of my Antarctic voyage, where I will be disembarking the ship and exploring Ushuaia, Argentina for a few hours before my long journey flying home. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and let's get started.
Hey everyone, it is the next day and I'm checking out of the ship, but we're actually traveling around, I think, Ushuaia for a bit, so I'm going to extend this video to today. But it's so weird that we're leaving. I feel like I've been here forever, but also with no time at all. I got my passport, had breakfast, and am packed. So let's see, I think we're doing a national park today, which I did not know. I think the instructions are a little confusing because some people are doing the included flight and some people didn't get it, so we'll see. But I thought I'd film Ushuaia since we're here and include this in this video. I'm all packed up, my suitcase is gone, and I just have these bags, this pink one and this backpack and my purse. And it's so weird to be saying bye, but we're here. We're in your civilization. Isn't it weird? An actual city that I haven't seen in 2 weeks.
So we had to get off the ship, which is always sad because this is my home for 2 weeks, but we got to start our excursion in Ushuaia, Argentina. Here we got to see the End of the World Post Office, which is a really cool building that has souvenirs and you can send postcards. It was quite busy, so we went on a hike first around a little bit and then we came back to check it out.
It's probably quite cold. Yep. Well, we did the polar plunge, so this is nothing. Finger polar plunge.
Earlier when I said hike, I meant really just walking around the lake, and it was really chill, but we got to see these really beautiful views. And then we came back to the End of the World Post Office, which is probably just as busy as it was, but we wanted to go in anyway. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was just like essentially a shack on the water with these different postcards, and it's really just the novelty of saying you've been to the most southern post office in the world. Well, unless you count the one in Antarctica, but it wasn't open when we were there. But anyway, in like the continental where there's civilization world, this is the southernest one, and it's really unique looking. You can send postcards, and I just liked looking around. And then we went to a gift shop and walked around a bit more.
Hey everyone, I'm now in the National Park de Tigre de Fuego. I have to double check that. And we're just making a couple of pit stops, and I have this beautiful lake behind me. We did a pit stop earlier. We were just walking around, and now we're at a visitor center / lake, and we're doing this until like, well, I think we're getting at the airport at like 12ish, and it's like 10:30 right now, so we have a couple of hours. So this is fun to do. I just taking it easy because I don't want to get too tired before my long flight. But that is the update on what we're doing. So yeah, apparently this is the only park in Argentina that has like woods and mountains that touch the water, because Argentina is a hotter place. And also earlier I visited the southernest post office in the world, which is what I got for you all. It was very crowded, but pretty cool stuff. I honestly didn't know we were doing this until late last night. So it's a nice surprise and makes sense why we had such an early morning call for a 1 p.m. or nearly 1 p.m. flight. I just kind of ventured off on this little pathway, and there's the water over there, the visitor center, and all the buses. So I have like 7 minutes, so I can still walk around for a couple minutes and then head back up. But yeah, very nice. It's chilly where I'd want a sweater, and I have a sweater on, but earlier I was doing a mini hike and I was getting a little bit hot, so cold enough to wear a sweater, but not so cold that you can't get overheated if you're doing a mini hike. But yep, it's so pretty. Look at that. I do like the colder weather more, so this is quite nice. Made it to the edge of the water.
So imagine that naturally for a tree takes 200 years to grow all over again, and a beaver in just a few hours or days they take down a tree.
So after our bus got us to another location, we ended up going to this area, which is very cool because it is where the road ends, like literally the southernest point of where all roads in the world go, like eventually it has to end. And this is the very end of how far a car can drive south in the world, which I thought was so cool. So we were able to see this, and also there's this really beautiful walkway where you can see more mountains and scenery and bodies of water. And I think this was called Puerto Arias, as that sign notes, and it was beautiful.
I think that's the mama watching her babies. That's the dad watching the mom and baby, because that's definitely a baby.
Hello.
Hello.
I was like, I found large birds I don't recognize.
Yeah, what type of birds are these?
Hey everyone, so I'm actually back home now. That is why you may see a little bit of a different background. I have like my bed and then my stuffed animals from Japan. And also, I think I caught a little bit of a cold coming home. So that's fun, but that's kind of like, you know, that's just kind of so typical for a trip. You get a cold as you're coming home or as soon as you come home. So I'm trying to not talk as much, but the last that you saw me, I was in Ushuaia doing that national park tour for the day. That was a lot of fun and a really great way to end off the trip, because going into Ushuaia we only were able to see like the front shoreline for an hour or two, so being able to go to a national park was really amazing. And yeah, then I had a really long travel day, so I just feel so out of it. I was counting and I think I had about 20 hours of flight time, not including the layovers. My first flight from Ushuaia to Buenos Aires was about 4 hours, and then I had Buenos Aires to Atlanta, which was like 9 hours and 45 minutes, and then my Atlanta to Seattle flight was like 5.5. So I got home at about 10 a.m. yesterday on Friday, March 15th, I believe it was. And I feel like my voice just sounds so rough, so I'm sorry. But I basically just, you know, went through the airport, went through immigration. Well, I went through immigration actually in Atlanta, but I got my suitcase, and then I got lunch on the way home, and then I tried really hard to have like a productive day when it comes to like unpacking, but I also did have like a 2-3 hour nap from like 2 to 5, and then I ended up afterwards changing my bed sheets on my bed, and I also ended up just unpacking, and I've mostly unpacked, so I was able to have a nap to get me through Friday, and then I was able to go to bed at a reasonable hour last night. And then I unpacked and did productive stuff, but also took it easy in between. So just from being extremely jet lagged to being tired to having this cold to having the post-travel sadness, it's just been like an interesting day. But I've been looking back on some of my videos and it's been bringing me a lot of happy memories already. So thank you all so much for watching my Antarctica series. And also if you've even watched before then, because I was traveling in South America for like a month before I even got on the Quark Expedition's ultramarine ship. And that was a lot of fun. And I'm home and I'm like, I can't believe I did all that. And I just feel so lucky and blessed to be able to travel. And now I'm in Seattle and it's a beautiful sunny day, and I don't really want to be out and about too much feeling how I'm feeling, so I'm just gonna chill at home and maybe go out and enjoy the sunshine. But thank you all so much for watching my videos. I have a trip planned for July as of now, going to Brazil with EF Ultimate Break, and no shocker there. But other than that, I am going to be relaxing at home for a while, so thank you all so much for watching my series, and yeah, hope to see you in a future video of mine. Bye!